Hello guys, welcome back here. We are starting a game here with Arsenal. We are not starting a game with Arsenal. We are trying to set up a team, setting Arsenal up like Unai Emery is playing. Unai Emery. So he's doing a very good job in Arsenal in the start of the season. So we are trying to copy paste what he does. I don't think we can get it 100% the way he does, but let's try to do that. And see how we can also maybe tweak a little bit to get it to be as similar as possible as Unai Emery and at the same time be something good. The thing I will do, I want to start with this game and I want to try to go out at it and see how will it really work with inside in the Football Manager to be the coach of Arsenal and do the style of Unai Emery. And so what I'm doing, I'm moving up the players I like. For example, Konstantinos Marvapanos. I think this is a player that you need. We're also going with a 3-back line. I'm going to try to copy paste as much as similar as they played against Tottenham. The problem is he makes some substitutes from first half to the second half. That game, for example, he goes from a 3-4-3 to a more diamond formation. I want to have Lacazette and Aubameyang up front at the same time, so we will try to copy the second half as much. That second half was a very good game. I think that was good to hear Emirates Stadium. I haven't heard them scream that high for a long time. This is also an exciting player. I don't know if you played with Arsenal before, but Arsenal is the thing with Arsenal is they have a squad full of players that is good in behind the line and who can start runs. The thing with Arsenal, if you go, for example, a little bit in the team report, you can see, for example, that comparison, for example, here, if you look at our defenders, our defender's average age is 27, is a little bit above average. Our height is, this is, oh my god, the lowest is 81, the average, Tottenham has the lowest defenders. But again, that's not what we're going to look that much on. We're going to, for example, look at the mental part. You can see here, Unai Emery sets the defensive line high up in the field. So, as this part you can see, for example, anticipation is then important as a defender because then you can read the game. And we are up 6th place, and when it comes to bravery, this is also important, is concentration. We are above average, but 8th place is not the best thing. Decision is important. We are 6th place. We are not topping anything here, I think. What we are very good at is the teamwork. That is good because if you're setting up a system that is demanding, then you really need that. And the positioning is a little bit lower than is way behind. This is also bad because when you have low positioning, I know some of you think, or I don't know, because positioning is not that important when you have high line, because high line is anticipation and decision is the most important, and pace. So let's look at the physical part in defense. We got good acceleration here. We are 3rd place. When it comes to pace, we are at 4th place. Again, we are not topping anything here, but we are doing a good job here. And I think the jumping is also middle table. We are 10th place, so on set pieces. But I think there are players here who are very small. When you're playing 3 central defenders, I think our 3 central defenders have good jumping ability. When it comes to attacking, for example, we can see the passing is also important. If you go to that part, vision, for example, we are 2nd place. And the passing, where are you? Here. The passing and defense is 3rd place, so we're good with the ball. So, in midfield, for example. Okay, in defense, you can see our passing is... Whoa. That's not good. But yeah, okay, I think it's because of front in the midfield. But anyway, I forgot that I put up some young players also up into the first team. Anyway, guys, we are starting with the game. I'm just gonna go in for start with the tactic. I'm just going to have a basic here. We have to go and tweak that one a little bit. So we're gonna start with the tiki-taka, for example. We're gonna go vertical tiki-taka. I think it's more vertical tiki-taka is the most reasonable, and we are in a way playing this. But that's perfect. That's perfect. Because as I told you, I want to go to the like they played in the second half. The second half they had a player behind the strikers, and they put Lacazette a little more freeing here. But and you had two players in the middle, and you had two wingbacks, and Socrates is the player who is behind them and covering up in a way. Okay, so we're gonna look at the players. In my game, I think I will sell Petr Cech because Emilio Martinez is ready to be our second goalkeeper. He's okay as a sweeper goalkeeper. I'm not going to use much time on this part because I know you have clicked in to see how we can set up Emery's in game. So okay, we got Lennon behind there, we got Jenkinson. We don't need to use the same players that Emery used, okay? We have to use the same style, okay? So give me that freedom. And at the center defense, I think Socrates is in the middle always, and his anticipation is good, his acceleration is good. So if you put him as central defender with a cover duty, I think that would be right, because he's faster than the other players. So his pace is okay, his positioning is not that well, but his decision is not that well. Concentration is also good, but anticipation is good. Okay, this will be interesting. Socrates will go as a central defender in the middle, and at the right side, he uses Holding at this part of the season. No, he uses Mustafi. Holding at the left side. I think Holding is have a problem with jumping, you know. He can read the game. He should be the one who goes in duels, but I don't know. Okay, Mustafi is the right side. His pace is great. His positioning is good. His jumping reach is very strangely not that high. I always thought he had a better jumping reach, but he doesn't have that, and he can still improve. I don't think he will do that, but he can improve, and he's good with the ball. So Mustafi goes at the right side, and at the left, I think we have to start with Holding. We don't have a choice. Marvapanos is a player I just pulled up as a substitute from the reserve team for Mustafi, but I'm very sure that when Konchesny is back, he will play that as the left central back, and he will also fix a little bit because his pace is extremely good, and you can use him as a ball playing defender, and you can use him as a stopper. That would be perfect. Okay, anyway guys, we are going for the fraud. Bellerin has suddenly woken up with Unai Emery. He's coming at the right side, he's getting some crosses in. At the left side is Klasnic, but the good thing with Klasnic is his pace. You know, his pace is good. While his pace is good, he has some weakness, and I think this is more about his passing, especially from my part. In a 3-5-2, in the 3-back system, when you're wing back, your passing need to be well because you are in a way sometimes wide midfielder. When you go to Monreal is better passer a little bit, but not much better. But he's also more. I like this player more, to be honest. I like him more, but he doesn't have any threats offensively that much. But he got some mental part here that's important. His positioning is important, in my opinion. And we're going to fix that one. I think we go for Monreal. Sorry, I'm right. You also got Ainsley Maitland-Niles. He's a pacey player. He's a pacey one. He can play a lot of places, but I wouldn't use him in the middle because I don't know what he got in the middle to bring in. He doesn't got tackling. He doesn't got positioning. He doesn't got passing. He doesn't got that much dribbling. He's okay at those parts. For me, he should be converted as a right back, and if he can adapt, he adapt. If he doesn't, sell him. Oh, my favorite player of the season in Premier League, Torreira. We're going into him later on, but he is the left side. Ganduzi started the season very well, but he's more and more being shown to the bench, and the player going in is Granit. And Granit is a We have to work a little bit with his role because it's not simple role. He's roaming in a way, but he's still not roaming too much. So he's balancing the field, but he doesn't have the defensive abilities that we may want, but he got aggressive ability and he got strength. So maybe Guendouzi will do a better job with Torreira because he got some more no, a little bit better, and he's a young player, so maybe we should I'll look at that point. Okay, later on. Here's the problem, guys. Here's the problem. Ramsey is one of my favorite players, but the problem with Ramsey in this system is if we use him behind the strikers, and it's a lot of movement. I don't think he plays as advanced playmaker when he came in against Tottenham. He works a lot. He's more a AMC, in my opinion. AMC in support or AMC in attack. More maybe AMC in support. And yeah, you got Aaron Ramsey and you got Mkhitaryan, who can play the same role, and you also got a good friend Mesut Ozil. Ozil brings in the best when it comes to passing. You know, he's the pass master. He will find you everywhere. And when you have two players such as especially Aubameyang, you want to use this player. And then you go behind here, guys. You can see that Danny Welbeck, I think in the off the ball duty and roaming, moves into channels, like to try to beat off, so try play 1-2s. His pace is great. His off the ball is okay. This play will beat off the trap a lot of times. He got good finishing. No, he doesn't got good finishing. Let's be honest. 14. He's a good substitute, but his price is also extremely high. His contract will also go out this year. Emil Smith-Rowe, I don't think I want to have him in the team, as we are not using wings. I will loan him away or sell him. You also got Iobi here. Iobi is we have to also think about, do we want to only play this system? Because if we only play this system, some of these midfielders have to go, and we have to buy in some more defensive midfielders, and maybe also some more strikers into the team, and also central defenders, because we have a lot of AMCs. And up front you got Aubameyang, and you got Aubameyang is always in the middle at more. Oh, sorry, he has more at the left side. Okay, one of the things I see with the team of Emery is this way. They are ball playing. Their defense is in support. That's right. I don't know. For me, he's more a wing back. And for me, he's more a wing back in attack. Skipping because when you use the different is he will cross more when you go up to wing back, and he crosses more. But you put him here. Okay, let's see the difference between that one and that one. Okay, the difference between complete wingback and wingback mostly is the complete wingback roams from position. So we don't want that. We want him to stay on the flank. We want him to attack the flank. But maybe as a support duty. No, Bellerin's pace is extreme, guys. I mean, this is one of the most insane things I've seen in the game. Use this guy on the flanks, he will kill the players. Something we also have to be aware of is a weakness in Football Manager 2018 especially, is that when you play with wing backs and a winger, the thing is that these players can suddenly move up. They can move up, guys, and they can suddenly start pressuring the opposite full back. And they can go up in the field, and press high up, and it will be an empty space behind them. So that's why I just went inside here and marked specific person position, and that's the winger, so they don't go past, they don't slip up here. One thing also they do, I think, here is that you got one box-to-box midfielder. Torreira is roaming. For me, Torreira is roaming. He roams. He is, but he also brings in some defensively play. So I don't know. He gets forward. No, he doesn't get that much forward. In a way, he's a combination of a box-to-box midfielder and a deep line playmaker and / advanced playmaker. I don't want to use him as a deep line playmaker because he doesn't hold position that much. He isn't the advanced playmaker. Or is he? Or is he? Oh, he doesn't stand up. He suddenly comes in. Maybe he is something else. My friend Torreira. Is it possible that you are? For me, he's a more roaming playmaker, to be honest. The Secondo Volante is different from deep line playmaker in that the role is probably the defensive one, best suited for being paired as an anchorman, and also different from the ball-winning midfielder in that they often run with the ball. Doesn't run often with the ball. Or arrive with the late run. That is something he does. The position much same way box something that does. Yeah, I think he's a Segunda Volante. I think he's not in attack because he's here. So I'm down here. Come on, guys, and you have to go here. And they're also standing a little bit low in the field, but anyway, he's a more defensive midfielder and support, which is something I would think it would be. His passing is great, but you also may use him as an anchor. Oh, he's too roaming for that role. Okay, I think a defensive midfielder in support. Just want to see what the roaming playmaker does. He dribbles a lot. Yeah, no, he's a defensive midfielder, guys, and in support. He's not advanced playmaker. He's an attacking midfielder in support, and you can go in here. You can. We won't start with that. We'll take it later on. Here up front, you got Lacazette, more as a complete striker when he comes in, and he is advanced forward. Problem with advanced forward is that if you use him as advanced forward, he lacks some part in the advanced forward part of the game. His dribbling is not that good. His technique is not that well, but his pace is great. I don't know if he's maybe better to use him as a poacher. And ask him to move into channels. He loves to break. He loves to come inside there. And when we have done that now, guys, we can go and see the team how they play in a way. Attacking with very narrow. No, they play narrow. They don't go through middle. They can focus on playing at the right. There is no underlaps here. Yes, there are underlaps. There are underlaps, but more from the strikers. Anyway, we're gonna keep it. We're gonna see, because underlap can also mean that the wing back got the ball and you got the midfielders running up and down. But let's hope we can adjust this to be more that wing backs got the ball and mostly from the left. As you can see, Klasnic is keeping the ball. You got great movement here, but that's happening more when they are playing with one striker, only Aubameyang. They go shorter passing, in my opinion. They also go shorter passing. Tempo is standard, in my opinion. Time wasting never. Makes crosses. They always have low crosses, in my opinion. Low crosses, plays for set pieces, dribble less. They don't dribble much. And at the final third, are they? Yes, they are. In translation, they go for counter, and they do that, and they are great on counter attack. They counter press very well, and they go to the central defender, short kicks from the goalkeeper out of possession. They use offside trap. We're gonna use that one. They're gonna use tighting. No, we're gonna not do that since we got some players covering there. They use tighter marking, and they, my opinion, especially against Tottenham, they will stay on their feet, and they always I personally believe they go more press the opponents into the middle. This way, so they have to go around them, and defensive line is higher. Okay, there we have made the team, guys, and in my next episode that will come right away, you will see that we're gonna try it on the game and see how it adjusts, and you can see some transfers maybe. But to that point, guys, good luck and try it on, and if you have any comment, please comment and I will try to answer it for you. Thank you, guys.